Gunnerman Group is a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart.
Gotta get going.
Gotta be good.
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 Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business, and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
I love logistics.
Welcome to another edition of Zips Weekly. I'm your host, David Sunsup. Coming up, we'll take a look back at the past week in Zips athletics, including my conversation with Akron women's basketball head coach Jody Kest, the men's basketball team's senior night game against Ohio, and a pair of Akron teams competed in MAC championships this past weekend. We start off with the women's basketball week in review. I'm joined by Jody Kest to recap Akron's games at Kent State and Buffalo and preview the final week of the regular season. And Coach, we'll start off with that Kent State game, a dramatic one-point victory after Senna King's game-winning layup with 4.8 seconds left. Most players, when they grow up, they dream of hitting a game-winning shot like that. What is that like as a coach when you're down by one, less than 15 seconds to go on the road against a rival, just trying to plan out what play you're going to run?
Well, you know, we have three players that we can get the ball to. You can get it to Senna, you can get it to Nita, or you can get it to Ply. And we decided to get the ball into Senna and did not call a timeout, ran a play we normally run for Senna. Kids did a great job of executing it correctly, and she scored and got fouled.
You finished the week with a road game at Buffalo, an 87-80 loss. About 10 minutes after we got on I-90 on the trip home, you looked at the film, you watched with your assistants. What did you notice in the film that maybe you didn't see during the game?
Well, the one positive was the kids never gave up, and we fought. But we didn't play really hard. You know, early on, Buffalo, made some tough shots, and we allowed some of the kids to have open shots, which was okay for us. We wanted to do a better job inside with their post player Sharkey. So they made the shots, and so I was okay with that. But we had too many breakdowns, and that really hurt us.
You're tied for third in the overall MAC standings with Toledo and Western Michigan. 2 games to go. You're battling for a top 4 seed in next week's MAC tournament. What's the message going to be to your team with 2 games to go against Miami and at Bowling Green in terms of trying to finish the season strong and also secure one of those top 4 seats?
Well, like we've talked to them over the last week, we can't control what Toledo or Western Michigan does, but we can control what we do. And we'll come in tomorrow and have a good practice and get ready for Miami, and then we'll have 2 days to prepare for Bowling Green.
Senior night on Wednesday against Miami. Senna King's getting honored. What will that moment and just the night overall be like for you, considering you've coached Senna for 5 years? The first season your squad was 14-16. She's helped the team develop. She's developed as a player. So what will that be like for you?
Well, I'm not looking forward to that. It'll be a very emotional evening. She has meant a lot to this program, both on the court as well as off the court. But exactly all the things that she went through the last year with her blood clot, it's going to be a very emotional day.
Should be a good night on Wednesday. Good luck against Miami on Wednesday night and also at Bowling Green on Saturday. Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Akron men's basketball had a couple of big games against MAC East Division opponents last week, including a road game at Buffalo and its final regular season home game against Ohio. The Zips fell at Buffalo 67-62 back on February 24th. Pat Forsyth powered the offense with 19 points and 8 rebounds, while DG Ibitayo scored 16 points off the bench. The Zips' 4th straight loss put them at 17-11 overall and 8-7 in MAC play. Akron took down Ohio 70-58 on senior night last Friday. Freshman point guard Antono Jackson sparked the team in the second half after scoring 11 of his team-best 13 points, while Isaiah Johnson chipped in 12 points and Reggie McAdams added 11 off the bench. Seniors DG Ibitayo and Niles Evans were both honored before the game and presented with framed jerseys. Akron improves to 18-11 and 9-7 in MAC play and ends its 4-game slide.
I think the win kind of took a little pressure off our guys. You could see them even flail a little bit at the end, But again, if you hold people to 33%, you're going to win most nights. So that's 2 nights in a row. And then, you know, 16 assists is big. And proud of Antono. I thought Antono, he recovered quicker than he normally did when he made mistakes. He drove our car. He was a really good driver tonight, man. He popped the game open for us. And I think this the one good thing about all of this is it's going to help him become a better player in the future. So for every misfortune that you face in life, you know, there's another fortune on the other end.
The Akron swimming and diving team and both track and field teams participated in MAC championships last week. The swimming and diving team and the men's track and field team were looking to win conference championships for the 2nd straight year.
This is such a hard-fought one. It kind of hasn't sunk in because Eastern Michigan was so phenomenal coming in, and they just really fought. And so we're like, you know, I was hoping we'd score a little better and we wouldn't make it as close, but they did such a great job, and so it's still kind of sinking in. And it's also the toughness of dealing with the ladies, where we just lost by, you know, just a few points. They did a great job, and so it's a little bittersweet, but I'm so proud of the guys, and they did a phenomenal job. And you know, they never get easier, and each one's just as important as the last one you won. Well, you had Brittany Funk breaking the MAC record in the weight throw. Of course, she broke the MAC record of a person who was a national champion from Akron, Stevie Large. So that was a big deal, going 71 feet 8 inches. And then for Sean Barber to still go 19 feet again when he's basically jumping by himself, a lot of pressure on him. You know, there's a lot of expectations, a lot of people to come see him. And so he did a great job there, smashing his own meet record probably about, you know, 10 inches or so. Clayton Murphy did his job. You know, once again, he gets he wins the mile and the 800, and just as tough as can be. He's a great finisher, and of course he deservedly received the MAC Outstanding Track Performer of the Year. In the 400 as well, we had Brent Gray. I mean, what a great job he's done this year, along with our other runners in the race as well. There with Miles Baldwin also doing a good job there, getting first and third. That was huge in the middle of the meet, and really got us back into it.
Oh, it feels great. Very, very happy for the team, very happy for the program, very happy for the Akron Zips, very happy for our alumni. It's just very excited to be able to come in and to experience this, and especially experiencing what we experienced last year. It's really difficult to try and recreate something like that. And the girls, you know, we had our fair shares of ups and downs, but I'm very proud with how that they handled the meet and how they attacked everything, and you know, they wanted to finish on top. They did a great job. Relays are very important, and I think it's a sign of the strong team that we actually have. Our girls are very close. They give it up for relays. They give it their all for relays. They want to succeed, and they want to succeed not just individually, but they want to succeed with their teammates. So being able to have those conference championships in the relays really means a lot. It's special to them. It's something that they're gonna carry with them and remember and want to protect throughout the years. Everybody on this team from top to bottom, they did a fantastic job. The girls that were first team All-MAC, they did I guess an extra good job, but they just performed at a very high level. They earned it. They helped lead the team, but ultimately, you know, it was everybody on this team that helped us be able to come away with this championship.
Akron baseball dropped 2 out of 3 games in the Mercer Baseball Classic down in Macon, Georgia this past weekend. The Zips lost a couple of 1-run games against Mercer and Notre Dame and beat Belmont. Joey Havrolack went 6 of 13 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Here's what the senior outfielder had to say about his performance last weekend.
Well, you know, I didn't try to really do too much different. I was just trying to stay relaxed in the box, let the ball come to me. I wasn't pressing too much. I was trying to not be anxious and just letting the game play itself, really trying to keep things slow. Well, in the Mercer game, there was a lack of execution for us on the small ball type part, bunting, things like that. We didn't get a couple bunts down, and that hurt us in the long run. We lost by 1 run. And then the Notre Dame game, we were up by a run in the last inning, and we just couldn't execute on a couple things, and they ended up scoring in the last inning to beat us. But it's just a couple small ball things. Overall, we played great games. As we go down the season, I think things will get better. We'll do better at small ball, bunting and other aspects of the game. So,
Akron women's tennis fell to East Tennessee State 6-1 last Saturday. Ari Blanova was the only Zips player to win a match after a 6-3, 6-3 victory at fourth singles. The loss drops Akron to 7-5.
Oh, they're very, very good. It's probably the strongest team that we've played this season so far, and not having a full lineup was definitely a test for us, but it was a good test because, again, the players are having to play up and having to play against top-level competition, and that's going to prepare them better for when we get into actual MAC play.
Ari Blanova won her match. What did you like about the way she played?
She's just a grinder who, you have to really beat her. She's not going to beat herself, and that's a great person to have on the team. She works hard and she plays hard, and it's just kind of nice to see her have that level of success.
Our first Zip Student Athlete of the Week is long-distance runner Clayton Murphy. The sophomore helped the men's track and field team win its second straight MAC Indoor Championship after winning the 800 meters, and he was named the Outstanding Track Athlete of the meet.
It means a lot. I went out there in the mile and put everything out there. Ran a smart race. Dan Zupan ran a really smart race to place fourth. We went out there, we did our best. The team really needed us to be a spark plug, being the first final running event of the day. We needed a little spark in the building. We needed to make it Akron's home, and that being 1-4 really helped us, gave us a little spark and helped the team move on.
Our second Zip Student Athlete of the Week is swimmer Hannah Raspopovich. The junior was part of all 3 championship relay teams and led the Zips to their second straight MAC championship.
It's a big honor, especially since there were so many people that did really good this week, I think. Track won and then we won, and honestly on our team we had so many people that could have easily been chosen, so it's a big honor to be chosen.
Coming up this week in Zips Athletics, Akron men's basketball closes out the regular season with games at Miami on Tuesday night and Kent State on Friday. Akron women's basketball has its final home game when it hosts Miami on Wednesday. That wraps up this edition of Zips Weekly. Tune in next week as we recap the final week of the basketball regular season, including senior night for Akron women's basketball star Sinna King and the men's basketball team's second wagon wheel showdown at Kent State. Thanks so much for watching. I'm David Suntup for GoZips.com.